Nigeria Pro Clubs League Season 2 is back. And here are the top highlights of Matchday 1. An electrifying clash unfolded as Agbado FC squared off against Nova Aura in a thrilling showdown that kept fans on the edge of their seats. In a nail-biting contest, Agbado FC emerged victorious, clinching a hard-fought 4-3 triumph after an epic battle on the field. Next stop, Afraponda FC asserted their dominance as they paid a visit to the Unsullied, clinching a commanding 3-0 victory to further solidify their position in the league standings. In the final game, Sydney Talker FC welcomed Big Guns in what turned out to be an utter demolition for the latter, with a crushing 5-0 defeat. This emphatic victory propelled Sydney Talker FC to the coveted first position on the league table. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss an upload. Nigeria Pro Clubs League Season 2 is back. And here are the top highlights of Matchday 1. An electrifying clash unfolded as Agbado FC squared off against Nova Aura in a thrilling showdown that kept fans on the edge of their seats. In a nail-biting contest, Agbado FC emerged victorious, clinching a hard-fought 4-3 triumph after an epic battle on the field. Next stop, Afraponda FC asserted their dominance as they paid a visit to the Unsullied, clinching a commanding 3-0 victory to further solidify their position in the league standings. In the final game, Sydney Talker FC welcomed Big Guns in what turned out to be an utter demolition for the latter, with a crushing 5-0 defeat. This emphatic victory propelled Sydney Talker FC to the coveted first position on the league table. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss an upload. Nigeria Pro Clubs League Season 2 is back. And here are the top highlights of Matchday 1. Top highlights from Matchday 2 and 3 from Nigeria Pro Clubs Season 2. Let's get to it. Sydney Talker FC takes on GG Arena FC in what seemed to be an unformidable opponent. The game started and the Talker FC takes the lead. It was not long before they found the back of the net again. The Talker FC tactics relies on high press. As you can see, GG Arena could not handle the pressure and ended up losing 3-1. Next stop, JP Goons welcomes Nameless Chaos, in which turned out to be a one-sided game. The Chaos FC utterly demolished the home team and ended up winning the game with 15-0, leaving the JP Goons FC players and supporters in distress. The final game we see host Nova Aura take on Big Guns FC, which were in desperate need for a win and ended up securing their first win of the season by winning 2-0. Here are the finals results from Matchday 2 and 3. And in the league table, we can see 4 teams have won all their 3 games. It can only get better from here. Comment below who you think would win the league. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss an upload. Top high.
New week means new action. I mean, it's been a wonderful, wonderful week so far. In fact, the first week of the resumption of the Nigerian Pro Clubs League Season 2 was amazing, and I'm proud to be back for another set of excellent Pro Clubs League action. Like always, my name is Slimo. I welcome you to the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, where all the best Pro Clubs players meet and show action and battle it out for, of course, huge sums of money and for the bragging rights. Remember, this time around, 3 million naira on the line. I mean, it's juicy, it's looking interesting, and the players are super hyped. Judging from what we've seen already from the first week, you could tell that guys are really into it. We've already had 3 match days so far, and it's been amazing. From last week Monday's launch, where we had incredible day one stuff, to our double header on Thursday, where it was excellent in match day two and match day three. It was just amazing throughout so far, and we've had uh, an enjoyable time so far. So bless you guys for joining. Happy Eid as well to all our Muslim fans in the community. We say happy Eid. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves really, really well. We're here to make your day even better, as there will be some Pro Clubs League action today. We are into match day 4. I mean, match day 4 already, and we just started a week ago. So I'm telling you, we are going thick and fast. The games are coming thick and fast as well. Let's see how things went down in match day 2. If you weren't able to catch up, these are the scores though, but you could go back into the stream and then see how the games went down. We're alternating between streams so you can catch different sorts of action from different teams and different play styles as well. That's what the Nigerian Pro Clubs League brings. Let me run you through how things went in match day 2. There you have it on your screens. JP Guns got their desired win against Nova Aura. It makes a whole lot for them. It gives them a whole lot of energy and boost because JP Guns, who hadn't started the season well, actually got their first point, their first 3 points. They were almost getting their first 3 points in that game, as Nova Aura were the ones who actually got the victory. Nova Aura, who definitely needed that victory to come in at 10th place, got that win, 2 goals to 1. Die Hard FC faced up against Afro. Well, Afro Panda VFC getting that lone goal win, winning that one by a goal to nil. Big Guns and Get Club cause. This one just gave me, uh, I mean, goosebumps a bit because it was a recap of how last season went. The top two teams in the Nigerian Pro Clubs League from last season, battling it out very, very early in season 2 was just excellent. But when things ended in an 8 goal thriller, I mean, you can't go wrong against last year's league leaders. They've done it again. They are still on a roll. Get Club, of course, have not lost that fire they started with in season 1. They are back here again, getting huge wins on the board, winning that one by 5 goals to 3. They are still unbeaten so far. One of the very few teams that are unbeaten so far. Effortless FC, my word. This is, I think, contrasting to how they started last season's Pro Clubs League. I mean, they've been excellent so far. 3 wins out of 3, and they were emphatic, very, very emphatic, not conceding a single goal against Onsali, who are still struggling in season 2. We're hoping that things will change for them. But Effortless FC walking away victors in that one, 6 goals to 0. Cade Esports against Agbado FC. Cade Esports, one of the teams that surprised many last season. Going into this game, you'd expect that it will be a close contest, but my word, there was a beat down from Agbado, winning that one 8-2, making them our biggest scorer in match day 2. Nameless Chaos winning that one 2-1 against Kerry's FC. FatQuest Pro with a huge result to take them out of the bottom 5 to get that win 3-1. GG Arena and Toka FC, the match of that round. Toka FC, we've had a lot of conversations about them assembling possibly the Avengers in the Nigerian esports community when it comes to esports FC, and they are doing the business, beating last year's impressive GG Arena FC by 3 goals to 1. That was not all of the games that came down though. There was action from match day 3 as well. All was on Thursday. If you are quite familiar with the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, on Thursday we have the bumper harvest, the double header where we have 2 fixtures. So it was match day 2 and match day 3. Match day 3 effortless. Like I said, they've been cruising and cruising. They beat Afro Panda 3-0. Big Guns had to bounce back from that defeat against the champions last season, Get Club. They won that one 2-0. Carries FC with a closely contested victory over Die Hard FC 2-1. JP Goons, well, we're speaking of a big win in that 8-2 win in the previous match day. Look at what Nameless Chaos did to JP Goons. 15-0. How many times do you see the scoreline in Pro Clubs action, or in fact in any of the actions in EA Sports FC? That's just incredible. The contrast between some of these teams is amazing. The quality on display is top level stuff. Nameless Chaos, they were cooking on all cylinders, getting the biggest win of that round, 15-0. Agbado FC were also very, very hot, winning against FanQuest Pro 7-2. DJ Arena had to bounce back after that loss to Toka FC. They won that close one, 15-goal thriller in there as well. This time, the goals were shared amongst both of the teams, but DJ Arena had one hand up over Phoenix VFC, winning that one 8-7. And then on Saturday, still struggling, they came up against arguably the team in form, Toka FC 3-1. Get Club Course continuing that streak, winning by 7-2. And that's how things look like on Thursday. And on your screens as well as the league table currently for the Nigerian Pro Clubs League. Like I said, it's only a few clubs that have been able to be undefeated, have grabbed all 3 points in their first 3 games. And those clubs are FLS FC, Agbado FC, Get Club Cause. Of course, we're expecting another heated start from last year's champions, and Toka FC will complete the list. So the top 4 are the only teams with an unbeaten record so far, with FLS FC, with the number of goals they are scoring. It's understandable that they are league leaders with plus 13 goal difference. Agbado follow closely with plus 12. Right behind the top 4 who are unbeaten comes in Nameless Chaos, Afro Panda VFC, and GG Arena, the teams who have won 2 out of 3 games. And then we move on to Die Hard FC, Carries FC, Nova Aura, FanQuest Pro, Big Guns. Well, that's an interesting start. Last year's second place team, they were in the top 4 last year. Not a very good start from them. That's shocking to see them in 12th position with just plus 5 goal difference. JP Goons, one of the newcomers in the season as well, 13th position with just 3 points. And so far, our pointless teams are Phoenix VFC on solid again. We'll have conversations about them very, very soon. And Cade Esports to complete the list after match day 3 results. So, I mean, it's all unraveling, it's all unpacking, and we'll have to go into what the match day will look like today. For today, we'll have big fixtures as we'll have 2 teams who have been unbeaten so far. Get Club Cause, Agbado FC. That action will be coming to you live on this broadcast via the GG Arena YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow the Nigerian Pro Clubs League across all social media networks if you want to catch all of the updates and the action from this big game. GG Arena will lock on to Afro Panda, Nova Aura, and Phoenix VFC will also do battle. FanQuest Pro, Carries FC will also be in the mix. Nameless Chaos, Vesti on Solid, Big Guns will take on FLS. Big Guns really, really need to bounce back. And finally, Die Hard FC and Cade Sports. That is basically the lowdown of what we'll be doing today. We'll be alternating between streams. If you're familiar with how we do things here, we like to get a bit and a feel of how almost every game is going. So you need to make sure to stay tuned, stick and stay with us. Do not go anywhere. I'll be taking my first break of the day. Remember, my name is Slimore. This is the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, and we are ready for all of the action that it brings. Bring it on, match day 4. Let's get it. We'll go for the break and quick word from the sponsors. And of course, we're back with all of the action from match day 4 of the much anticipated Nigerian Pro Clubs League.
from Matchday 2 and 3 from Nigeria Pro Clubs Season 2. Let's get to it. Sydney Talker FC takes on GG Arena FC in what seemed to be an unformidable opponent. The game started and the Talker FC takes the lead. It was not long before they found the back of the net again. The Talker FC tactics relies on high press. As you can see, GG Arena could not handle the pressure and ended up losing 3-1. Next stop, JP Goons welcomes Nameless Chaos, in which turned out to be a one-sided game. The Chaos FC utterly demolished the home team and ended up winning the game with 15-0, leaving the JP Goons FC players and supporters in distress. The final game we see host Nova Aura take on Big Guns FC, which were in desperate need for a win and ended up securing their first win of the season by winning 2-0. Here are the finals results from Matchday 2 and 3. And in the league table, we can see 4 teams have won all their 3 games. It can only get better from here. Comment below who you think would win the league. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay up.
And there you have it, match day, fourth biggest fixture of the day. 2 of the teams who haven't lost yet, they've picked up maximum points in all of their games. Agbado FC taking on last year's champions, Get Club Course. It doesn't get much better than this. And I'm loving that the fixtures have already been thick and tight very, very early on. We are pitching the best against the best. And we'll see if newcomers Agbado FC can do the business against last year's champions. 2 unbeaten clubs. Let's see who will drop points, or will the shares be will the sports be shared? So you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Get your predictions and who's winning this one. Agbado FC or Get Club Course. I'll be giving you updates from all the other games as well as when I can, and when the games will be coming. Will be alternating between the streams. Yeah, welcome to Match Day 4. Our first featured broadcast of the day, the big one. Second place, Agbado FC take on third place, Get Club Course. It should be interesting. I mean, it should definitely be interesting with all of the unravelings and everything that has been happening. You know that these 2 teams are going to bring their all. It's a game which will define who has worked on a lot of things. I know we are just three game weeks in, and sometimes you can say, okay, it's early stages, but this is what Get Club did last season. They start to put the pressure on the whole of the league, keep getting crucial wins, and that's what put them in that position to win the league. Can they do so again? As we'll kickstart it with the big game, Get Club Course kicking from left to right in your shorts in the black and the white kits, and our newcomers Agbado FC in the green kits for this one. I mean, 2 powerhouses going at it, 2 unbeaten teams, like we said earlier. It should definitely be interesting. I mean, Get Club, they were one of those teams that had those high-powered offenses. Can they do that again? As the captain and the follower playing early. It didn't take them too much time, all right, just 4 minutes on the game clock. And the champions want to show how it's done in the Nigerian Pro Clubs League. They open the scoring with some silky smooth football. Well, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, all right. Eskido trying to possibly get the game back on level 10 for Agbado FC, who have got their work cut out for them. And look, another through ball coming too fast. Has an option to play the pass, doesn't. Instead, tries to go all alone himself. And it seems like he's generated a penalty out of that one. They have a huge chance to double the scoring. Scores. Hop step and too fast for you. We'll get the second goal to go down. That's just under 10 minutes in which Get Club have already had 2 goals. Wow. Our champions from last season, they don't look like they've missed a step at all. Look at them go again. I mean, these over the top 2 balls are just ridiculous. Too slow. Into the cross. I mean, how can you have too fast and too slow on your team? You've got to have a chance to speak to the players from Get Club. Because some of these players, they are new to the eye that we saw last season. Frankie's very a familiar name as they come off the post again. Wow. Immense pressure after immense pressure from our champions last season. Get Club cause wanting to take the game out of reach of Agbado FC, who are in trouble very early on. Based into Frankie. That's a brilliant pass. My word. These guys on the offensive end, they look like they've even gained extra steps. They look like they've even been better. Wow. Crazy, crazy stuff we are seeing from Get Club Brazil. Get another corner in the area. I mean, we've said that the Nigerian Pro Clubs League Season 1 gives a chance to the teams that didn't perform all last season to work on their mistakes and be better. We didn't speak much of the likes of the champions to be better. They are looking incredibly better than last year. Last year they were champions, of course. It looks like they've raised it to another level as they'll be on the defensive end for this one. Tata, Takoti will be in there to cut out the lines. You've got to admire some of the defensive stuff from Get Club because early in this game, totally shuts down Agbado FC very early on. But like I said, it's very early stages with just 20 in-game minutes gone. And there's a lot of action here to go. The captain of the side now with the ball. Frankie, go pass it to Basin, which could spell another opportunity straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, the way they work the ball from side to side is just a sight for sore eyes. They've been doing this all season long from last season, and they've carried it over here today. I'm very, very critical of how Agbado will play against the champions because Agbado, mind you, have not dropped a single point yet. And possibly this is their biggest game of the season so far, their toughest actually. And they'll have to be able to match the intensity and the aggression from the champion so far. And for Agbado, too slow. If you just joined us, this is Nigerian Pro Clubs League action currently streaming live on the YouTube channel GG Arena. If you're here, kindly hit that subscribe button if you want to enjoy top level esports content, top level gaming content. This is the channel for you. Make sure to subscribe. You can put us a post notification. So when we go live, remember the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, we go live this and every Monday, same time, 9 p.m. GMT, and of course 10 p.m. Nigerian time as well. On Thursdays, we've got a double header for the 2 match days that will be coming. Cross comes in, danger area. That time, Get Club can maneuver their way through. But it's already a high stakes game, you can tell. But all of the pressure coming from the champion so far. Based in again, we'll get it on the tail. Look at the kind of pressure they're putting on Agbado. And this could spell out for the third. Too slow to get the shot in. And there comes the post to the rescue again for Agbado. Gross will come in again this time. The post will not deny them as based in will get a fierce header to go down. It's 3 goals to 0. Coming into this game, if anybody had told me that within the first 35 minutes, our champions will be leading against Agbado FC, who haven't dropped a single point yet, by 3 goals to 0 in the first 30 minutes, I'd have called you a big liar. Well, that's what the Nigerian Pro Clubs League is all about, surprises. And that's what makes it so, so fun. Agbado, who are looking to settle into their groove now, Stakoti, who has been excellent on the defensive end so far. Great anticipation to get into the passing lane. That two ball coming a bit too early that time have been called for the offside. The games have been intense. They have been intense, and this one is looking like it's heavily one-sided in favor of Get Club as they'll come with it again. And on the flanks, they are always so patient with the ball. That's why we've got to give credit to them. And look at them lift it into another danger area. Zay will clear for Agbado FC. I'm sure the players from Agbado would want that halftime whistle to come now and maybe just regroup in that party chat. They've got to find a way to regroup and get back in this game. Maybe get a goal before the first half ends, which is looking unlikely at this point because all the pressure is coming from Get Club. As M4 will also clear out of bounds and for another throw in. Taco T, I said, looking for the options to find a finds based in. Cross will come in again, head up, and will knock it down for Eskido. You know what? Last season we did so much with praising Get Club because their high powered offense. But one thing that we kind of failed to highlight a lot more was their defense. And the defense for me starts from their midfielders, the likes of Adefola and the others in that midfield make it so difficult to break through the midfield lines and create opportunities of your own. And they are doing same to Agbado FC, who are struggling to break the lines. First half comes to an end with the champions up by 3 goals to nil. Crazy stuff. And look at the league table so far. Agbado FC currently second place. They have the goals to back it up. They're plus 12 on goal difference. Get Club Cause follow them closely with 9 points. Mind you, if Get Club Cause are able to seal this win, they will move on top of Agbado FC and possibly maybe even be first, depending on the results of that effortless game to come soon. So it looks like Get Club Cause they want to be on top of the tree again. They want to be on top of the tree, and they are more or less like Manchester City in the Premier League. You do not want them to be on top of the league because once they get there, it's difficult to pull them down. They led for majority of the time in season one, and they're looking to do that in season two as well, as the second half will kick off. And for Agbado to possibly start the second half in the best way possible for them, and look at that excellent way to get into the passing lane for Get Club as to win it back. 3 million naira on the line this season. And all of the teams that have come have shown that they could be worthy candidates here for the season. Remember that it's 16 teams. 16 teams that are in the Nigerian Pro Clubs League this year. And it's been enjoyable to watch all of them so far. Adefola again for Basden. Individual talent always counts in Pro Class League. I've always had the notion before even understanding the concept of pro clubs. I had this notion that you've got to be a great individual player before you can become a great pro clubs player. Sometimes that's not true, but most of the time that's true. When you take players like Adefola in that team, the captain of the Get Club course side, I mean, we can sing his praises all day long. Of course, the ANPFL champion took on $15,000 a few weeks ago, and he's in the heart of that side. So it tells you the kind of quality that they've got. From last season, we saw Basden play well. We saw Frankie play well. We saw Too Fast For You play well. They've just got that cohesion, Get Club cause. And Agbado FC have to keep things tight at the back. They have to find a way to keep things tight at the back. Basden over the top into Frankie. Good cross comes in, and look at that shot from Too Fast For You, my word. I mean, some of these sequences of play is just mesmerizing as Adefola on the volley will make it 4 goals to nil in a tightly contested game of two high-powered teams. It is Get Club Cause who are looking like they just may be running away with it. That's how good they are. That's how strong that team is. And it seems like they didn't lose any of their top players from last season as well. So kudos to them. They've been able to keep that roster together and they are doing amazing work. I've got word that um, Talker FC are also about to begin their games as well. We'll be checking out their games as well very shortly on the channel. But for our first featured game on the broadcast, it's been excellent from the champions so far. They have been so good to watch. And I just feel like they are not done yet. These guys, they want to demolish everybody. They want to show that they are the guys to beat. And it seems like they are not here to joke at all. Get Club Cause have put on a strong show so far. And it seems like they might not be stopping anytime soon. I'm looking for the opportunity for us to switch stream and then go and then enjoy all of the action from Toka FC as well, who have got word that they have begin their game as well. I mean, they've got a lot of people talking, and you can't fault them. I mean, these guys, they've showed that they could put pressure on the likes of Get Club Cause, because last year it was Big Guns that kind of puts the pressure on Get Club Cause, but now it's up to the likes of Toka FC to possibly make some noise. And we know that they've got the capabilities because they've got the personnel actually. They've got high powered personnel to be able to do that job, and you just know that these guys have what it takes to be the best and at the highest level. We'll switch on to that game, Toka FC in action. Toka FC, we spoke of their dominance very early on. Also, one of the very few unbeaten teams in the league so far. So you definitely know that they want to continue with that streak, and it should be interesting to see how they fare here today. They come up against JP Goons in this matchup. JP Goons, who have also struggled very early on in the league. I mean, one of the newly formed teams at Soccer FC will start things off like they do every single time as they double their lead very, very early on. These guys don't waste time at all. These guys know what is at stake and they are not here to play at all. It's 2 goals to nil very, very early for unbeaten side Toka FC. Every single time I watch them, I go like, wow. We've always said that Get Club Cause has possibly the best offense in the league, but these guys may just be rivaling them. When you've got the likes of Kenny, Killer Freak, Farouk on the team, you know that the offense is going to be high powered. It's of course Real Made also in there, so the offense is as high powered as you'd like it, but sometimes when you put great players together, sometimes it just doesn't work. But it seems like early on it's working for Toka FC because generally in sports, sometimes you can have teams that have star players. You can look at the PSG team of old when you had Mbappe, you had Neymar, you had Messi, yet still they couldn't deliver the goods that they were looking for. And it just couldn't work out for them. If you go to the NBA, you could look at the LA Clippers team, who are the likes of NBA champion Kawhi Leonard, MVP Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George. All of that still doesn't work. But for Toka FC, they put themselves in such a similar situation and they put stars together, and these stars are shining brightly and they are doing so well in their roles. Kante's driven pass, they'll get to look at the high press. But the pass from RF, just a little bit too feeble, and it just rolls slowly into the goalkeeper's hands. JP Goons will come with it now. Marv, possibly their first meaningful attack of the game, and this could be something meaningful. KP blasts that one in, and they've gotten a goal back. That was excellent transition from them. They're on the verge of conceding on the other end, and they took their time to break down that defense as KP will make the scoreline 2 goals to 1. It seems like Toka FC will not settle for it though. How did that not go in? Brilliant play from them. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Toka FC, they have a sizzling on offense so far. And they look like they might be in pole position to possibly get a goal in it again. Haaland on the wing. King Ferdy. Masti. They work it around so well as Real Made will get into the step over and look for the best possible option. Tries across the defense, able to handle things. JP Goons, I'm really impressed with their shape. Look, they've conceded some of the chances. You can't be perfect defensively against one of the great teams in the league like Toka FC. But I like how compact they've been so far. They've conceded chances, but they are just still down by 2 goals to 1. They have a chance in this game with just 30 minutes gone, and you feel like if they get the equalizer, they could maybe ruffle some feathers early on in this matchup. Kante has options left, right, center, decides to cross it. It's a Haaland, and you could tell it was coming. They can attack you in so many ways possible. This time, the cross into the back post, more or less like a lofted pass, actually. And they got it down with Haaland on the volley to make it 3-1. Toka FC. I mean, these guys are walking the talk. They made a lot of noise at the start of the season, and they are definitely walking the talk. Up by 3 goals to 1, and they look unrelenting. Every single time you watch them, you know it's going to possibly be 3 goals or more. They have been rampant on offense and very strong on defense as well. While I was speaking of sporting teams that have kind of assembled all stars, we have the other version as well. The all stars who perform at the highest level, like the way Talk IFC are doing. When you go to the NBA, you can speak of the 2017 Golden State Warriors, the likes of MVP Stephen Curry, we've got Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, all high-powered players who made things work. And you can say that possibly Talk IFC is like one of those teams because of that star power that they've got, that star quality that they've got. They're making things happen in the Pro Class League early on in the season. KP for JP Goons. Well, that was an interesting two ball to play. It had potential, but they just couldn't find the man. As Talk IFC will come again with it. Rio made has a yup shit to cross, and he kind of fooled everybody at the back. Powered another left-footed strike in, and they've already gone for before the first half whistle comes to an end. Actually, wow, the fit could come anytime sooner now. I mean, these guys, they look like they're going to score every single time they go in front. They just take the offense so serious in the sense that there's so much bodies up front that they have options to pass every single time that they go in front. Real Maid was looking to possibly get his brace before the first half will come to an end, but the goalkeeper will hold on to that very well. Final chance for JP Gunter. Look at Kenfedi tracking back and winning the ball for them, Kante, over the top, and that will be that for the first half of this action. Wow. Dominance. 4 goals to 1. Talker FC. These guys have definitely been walking the talk. All of the chatter about how great the team will be, and it seems like they know. They know that a lot of people want their downfall because when you assemble champions together like that, you definitely have a lot of haters. But it seems like Talker FC will walk the talk up by 4 goals to 0 at the half, and you can just kind of foresee that they might be getting a lot more goals on board. All of the action coming to you live on the GG Arena Esports channel. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If this is your first time here, we give you a big welcome. Happy Eid to all of our Muslim viewers and our Muslim gamers in the community. We cherish you guys. We hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we just want to make it even better with the best of the Nigerian Pro Clubs League action. As Talk IFC will try to create another offensive possession just after the second half started. Nizir for JP Goons. Nice tackle to win it back. Toka FC. I mean, you need them to scramble. They are scrambling. You need them to be aggressive on defense. They can't be aggressive on defense. And they've just combined everything. And we've made a lot of noise about how great their players are individually, because they're some of the best players in Nigeria. You can speak of Farouk, who made that semi-final in the EMPFL that Adefala won from Get Club Cause. You can speak of Rio, made another very, very impressive player, made a deep run in the EMPFL as well. Killer Freak was actually eliminated by Farouk in the EMPFL to at the quarterfinal stages. So big player after big player after big player. That's how good they are. Kenny, also another big, big time athlete in the Nigerian esports scene. So individually they are crazy, and when they come together it seems like the mixture is even crazier. Well, RF though wanted to get it on the act and get a goal for himself, or the goalkeeper with another brilliant save, and he will be called into action a lot of times. Look at the movement as they go. Real made with another brilliant step over. It seems like every single time he gets the ball there will be a step over coming. Real made very, very skillful up front in front of goal. Kante for Rio again. Mighty that time, wanting to win it back, and that's win it back. But look at the press. Look, you can tell from the way that the team presses and how aggressive they are after they lose the ball. You can tell how great they are just by looking at that, because Every single time they lose the ball, after a few seconds, they are winning it back to KFC. And look at them go again. Rio made winning it back. That time, Nizer will get in the way and win it back for JP Goons, who just can't seem to hold on to the ball. Opa. A little bit of pressing coming from Mav. Well, that's interesting. Able to win it back from there onwards. Musty. Franca on the 10. The faith is there. As expected, another 5-star performance from Toka FC. These guys just don't know when to stop scoring. They just want to get into that groove and enjoy themselves. It will take them top of the table, I'm sure, because they'll have very, very high goal difference. Of course, we'll let you guys know how that one unravels with the teams that are on top of the league standings. But this is just some high level stuff from Toka FC. Fanby. Babs. Haaland will win it back for Toka FC. And here they go again. A lot of options left, right, center. Chooses the right one. And Franca will getting on the act. It is 6. Wow. Immediately Rio Made got onto the ball. There were options left, right. He could have gone for the recycle because there's someone right behind him. My word, these guys are just cruising everywhere. Haaland possibly to get a goal of his own. Lazy into RF. It's just ridiculous at this point. It's 7. Seventh heaven for Toka FC. I mean, they want to go on top of the table now. You can clearly tell from the way they are playing because they know that goal difference will play a big, big part. They want to go on top of the table. Just to remind you guys how the table shaped up after match day. See on your screens. It was FLS FC, one of those unbeaten teams in the side in the league, on top of that table with plus 12 goal, plus 13 goal difference. Agbado FC, who we saw earlier against Get Club Cause lose their first game of the season, also in second place with plus 12 goal difference. Get Club Cause also in third place. And then Toka FC coming in fourth place. So you can see how congested and crowded that top 4 list is. Them all having the same points, them just being separated by goals. So you know how important the goals are. And Toka FC seems like they've seen the standings and they want to go on top of the table. That's why they are up by 7 goals to 1. And potentially 8 Peters will come and claim that corner very, very well for JP Guns, who've had a torrid time. And we could actually say that for every single opponent that has come up against Oka FC. And look at them go again. Goalkeeper almost spilling that one and could have possibly conceded the 8th goal. JP Guns, at this point, you have to start thinking of damage control. Because in as much as we are speaking of the battle of the top 4 and the teams that have a lot of goals and the team that have a lot of points. Look at the battle at the bottom as well. JP Guns currently sits at 13th place with just 1 win on the board, 3 points. They are narrowly above Phoenix VFC on solid and Kid Esports as Toka FC got in the 8th. They've got in the 8th. You knew it was coming. They've been knocking on the door and it's just been unrelentless. Look at them again, Moise. Into maps, KP for JP Goons possibly to get consolation before this one ends. Niza, Toby at the back has just been excellent. Has the defense even had enough to deal with? You know, Toka FCC, like sometimes the defenders don't even need to do too much work because the midfielders and the attackers are just so good. They put pressure on the opposing team's defenders, and the opposing team's defenders are just unable to break the lines. So the defenders of Toka FC just don't have so much work to do, even though they've conceded a goal. I mean, how many times have we seen JP Goons create chances in this game? That's just the reality on board. Asoka FC will get another chance, maybe 9 before we end it. RF just wide of the post, and I think that will be our cue. That will be the cue to signal the end of the goals. Well, big thing for myself. A howler of a goal to concede to end the game. Toka FC will finish this one 9 goals to 1. Yeah, you had it right. You've seen the scoreline 9 goals to 1. Look at the top performance. RF Haaland, Franca, Kante, Masi. You can throw Rio made in there as well. I mean, these guys, they were just on top of their game from start to finish, and they don't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon. Big stuff from Toka FC in that matchup. We'll be going around for a break and another quick word from the sponsor, GG Arena. So don't go anywhere. There's more of the action. Remember that we are into match day 4. And so far, the first 2 games we've seen, they've just been through the roof. So if you want to catch more of the action, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to the channel. There's more coming from the Nigerian Pro Clubs League after this break.
And never miss an upload. Top highlights from Matchday 2 and 3 from Nigeria Pro Clubs Season 2. Let's get to it. Sydney Talker FC takes on GG Arena FC in what seemed to be an unformidable opponent. The game started and the Talker FC takes the lead. It was not long before they found the back of the net again. The Talker FC tactics relies on high press. As you can see, GG Arena could not handle the pressure and ended up losing 3-1. Next stop, JP Goons welcomes Nameless Chaos, in which turned out to be a one-sided game. The Chaos FC utterly demolished the home team and ended up winning the game with 15 goals to 0, leaving the JP Goons FC players and supporters in distress. The final game we see host Nova Aura take on Big Guns FC, which were in desperate need for a win and ended up securing their first win of the season by winning 2 goals to 0. Here are the finals results from Matchday 2 and 3. And in the league table, we can see 4 teams have won all their 3 games. It can only get better from here. Comment below who you think would win the league. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss an upload. An electrifying clash unfolded as Agbado FC squared off against Nova Aura in a thrilling showdown that kept fans on the edge of their seats. In a nail-biting contest, Agbado FC emerged victorious, clinching a hard-fought 4-3 triumph after an epic battle on the field. Next stop, Afraponda FC asserted their dominance as they paid a visit to the Unsullied, clinching a commanding 3-0 victory to further solidify their position in the league standings. In the final game, Sydney Talker FC welcomed Big Guns in what turned out to be an utter demolition for the latter, with a crushing 5-0 defeat. This emphatic victory propelled Sydney Talker FC to the coveted first position on the league table. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss an upload. Nigeria Pro Clubs League Season 2 is back. And here are the top highlights of Matchday 1. An electrifying clash unfolded as Agbado FC squared off against Nova Aura in a thrilling showdown that kept fans on the edge of their seats. In a nail-biting contest, Agbado FC emerged victorious, clinching a hard-fought 4-3 triumph after an epic battle on the field. Next stop, Afraponda FC asserted their dominance as they paid a visit to the Unsullied, clinching a commanding 3-0 victory to further solidify their position in the league standings.
Well, what an entertaining 2 games we just witnessed. Get Club absolutely dazzling, bamboozling through that game against Agbado FC, who were also unbeaten at the time. And then we had a chance to also see Toka FC. They were very, very good to watch. Methodic in the build-up, didn't rush anything, found the best possible options every single attack, and kudos to them as well. But this is where we'll have to draw the curtains for today, because it seems like a lot of the teams are facing technical problems, so they weren't able to give us their links for the stream. But you definitely know for the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, we'll be back and be back stronger. I'll catch you same time Thursday. Remember, Thursday, we've got a double header, Matchday 5 and Matchday 6. Make sure you are following everywhere so you don't miss out on any of this amazing action. Once again, my name is Slimore. You can also follow me across all of my social media. It's at Slimore Junior on Instagram, at Slimore3 on X or Twitter as well. Kudos to you guys. Finally, again, happy Eid to all of our Muslim viewers. Till we meet again, it's bye for now. Stay safe out there.
In the final game, Sydney Talker FC welcomed Big Guns in what turned out to be an utter demolition for the latter, with a crushing 5-0 defeat. This emphatic victory propelled Sydney Talker FC to the coveted first position on the league table. Make sure to follow Nigeria Pro Clubs on all social media platforms and hit the notification bell to stay updated and never miss it.